There are major news from Barcelona, there are major news from Chelsea, and also Real Madrid. We are going to talk about all this news. Stay tuned. Here is Mr. Manfo Sports. He didn't come up for major football analysis and we do tactical breakdown. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you put us on post notification so when you drop a content, you'll be the first person to view. Make sure the subscription is very important. I've already done an analysis on the Spain versus Belgium game already. So if not watch that video and you are new here, just go and watch the video on the channel. It's very necessary. When you go to Barcelona, it seems Rafinha might end up leaving. Do you remember within the last month there were news circulating about Rafinha's image right being handled by his parent? And news in the say Rafinha said what you in the image rights no say 100 cities are only 20 cities but nanka 80 cities according to parents no. He didn't know anything about it until so kwa to fie. And I realized they say the image rights no couldn't be parents. His wife came to deny those news concerning what's really going on. But it seems some of the major sources from Brazil is confirming that. And right now, Rafinha will need a financial recovery right now. So it's very possible that Rafinha might end up leaving Barcelona. That's the news I'm hearing right now. Rafinha might end up leaving Barcelona. If those news are being true, he might end up leaving Barcelona. Because what Hilal is offering, or what the Saudi people are offering, is very, undeniable. An undeniable offer. So maybe Rafinha might end up leaving. That's one thing I'm hearing right now. But I'll bring you major news about what is really going on concerning Rafinha. But with Barcelona, do you think it will be sensible for Barca to sell Rafinha? To me, yes. Do you know why I'm saying yes? Someone might ask, you are a Barcelona fan and you know the performance of Rafinha under Hans Flick. So why are you trying to sell Rafinha? The problem is, Rafinha as a player, the first season under Hans Flick, he played closer to 65 games without an injury. That was the peak season of Rafinha in his entire career, where he scored 38 goals. Right now, the fitness issue of Rafinha is becoming alarming right now. Last year, he missed 26, or last season, he missed 26 solid games. 3 different muscle injuries plus the one he suffered in Brazil, making 4. So Barcelona are even afraid that it might reach to a time where the fitness issue of Rafinha will get out of hands. And let's not forget that he is 29 years of age. December, he will be 30 years. So at age 30, if someone is offering 100 million for Rafinha, it will be sensible for Barcelona to sell and reinvest in other positions or even get his possible replacement. I know Rafinha is having his replacement already. Maybe Anthony Gordon might not be that level, but Gordon can offer something closer to what Rafinha can offer. So I just feel Barcelona as a club should cash out of Rafinha and reinvest. They shouldn't be more sentimental concerning players sometimes. That's what personally I feel. Maybe you might have a different opinion concerning the whole Rafinha thing, but personally, I just feel Barca should consider all these factors and try to sell Rafinha than to hold on to Rafinha and allow him to live on the free agent without getting a penny. That's one thing they should know. When you go to Chelsea, the issue concerning Trevor Chalobah, common people were ready to offer as much as 20 million euros for Trevor Chalobah. But the problem is Inter has entered into the deal and they are afraid Inter might cause problem or bring a certain bidding war between them. So Como is trying to pull out from the deal right now. Como is trying to pull out of the deal. They are afraid that at some point the whole thing concerning the deal might be complicated, because the moment Como offers 20 and Inter decides to offer 40, it means Chelsea is going to demand more from Como, which might end up around 60-70 million. And Como does not want to invest a lot in Chalobah. Let's not forget Chalobah, in terms of quality, he might not be a top center back for you to invest, although today's market is having a no formula thing. But Chalobah is not that type of center back. I think he will value as much as 70 million. So Como is pulling out so that they will not be bidding war. So as it stands, Inter is the only club interested in a player called Trevor Chalobah right now. It's very funny. It's very, very funny right now. Como when you play and Inter for between Choma name. It's very funny. But that one too, if there is major development concerning that news, I'll be here. I've told you when it comes to back-to-back analysis, don't go to anywhere. The moment of back-to-back of what you are supposed to know. Hansi Flick is back from vacation and he has started training with the players. And Hansi Flick this season, one thing he is going to be more concerned about is the physical aspect of the players. That is why he's getting in speedsters into the team. So if you see the kind of players even Hansi Flick is demanding, you should know Barca is not going to slow the tempo of the game. They are going to move the ball quickly. They are going to control the game by moving the ball quickly. You see, in football, when it comes to control on the ball, you can get it in two types. Slow control or the fast control. The fast control is when you move the ball faster, but we are having control of the game. That's what the Paris Saint-Germain do. And when it comes to Barcelona, Barca moves the ball slow, but they have the control of the game. So it's two different things. But Hansi Flick wants to adapt something of the Paris Saint-Germain and blend the Barcelona culture within next season for their players to be explosive. Because you can't bring in Karim Adeyemi, you can't bring in Anthony Gordon and play a slow pacey game. A slow game. It's going to affect the performance of the player. So Hansi Flick might be going on a pacey game next season. So he's more concerned about the physical aspect of the players. That's why he decided to go in for Benjamin Kujel, because he has worked with him at the German national team under Joachim Low. So he feels he will be a trusted person in terms of physicality at the Barcelona team. That's why he went in for Benjamin Kujel as the physical trainer for Barcelona and decided to deploy drop the status of Julio Touz to train the reserve players. That's what is going on in Barcelona. So Hansi Flick has begun training. He has become training. And that's everything going on concerning Hansi Flick. He has started with Fermin Lopez and other players who didn't go for the World Cup. And Barca, everything concerning that, we are going to bring that. But when you go to Team Real Madrid, Jose Mourinho is back. Finally, this is the first day of Jose. He had a lot of conversations on what he wants to do at Real Madrid. He even said their World Cup will be coming very soon. So it means Jose is relying on Kylian Mbappe to bring the World Cup to Real Madrid. He's interested, but only time will be the best judge whether the French national team will be at the finals and lift the trophy for the second time in 3 consecutive World Cups. Only time is going to tell. But Jose, there was a certain personality in Jose's staff that is surprising. Already, there were news circulating Pepe Roma might be the person to join the Jose staff. But it seems everything changed and Jose decided to bring in Sami Khedira. Now, the main reason Jose is bringing Sami Khedira is similar to what Hansi Flick brought in Thiago Alcantara to do. Last season, let's not forget, at the beginning of the season, there were problems in Barcelona. Do you remember this famous statement from Hansi Flick? Egos kill success. At the beginning. Now, the whole thing was being solved with the introduction of Thiago Alcantara. Thiago came in and Thiago became the bridge between the player and the staff or the manager. So if there is any situation going on between the players, Thiago will be the first person the players will consult for Thiago to solve the whole situation. And at the end of the day, the situation wouldn't get out of hands. So Thiago will solve the situation before even Hansi Flick will hear of it. And that really helped Barcelona a lot. Because if Hansi didn't implement that into Barcelona, I think there were going to be situations where the Barcelona attack, they were going to encounter egoistic kind of characters in their attack and also in their team. So Thiago Alcantara was brought in to solve that problem. So I just feel Sami Khedira's presence will be one of a kind where he is going to be a bridge between Jose Mourinho and the players. Last season, Real Madrid encountered problems where there were egoistic kind of things in the dressing room. There were situations where even players like Aurelien Tchouameni and also players like Fede Valverde had to fight. And it wasn't something Real Madrid, it always goes on. So it was kind of an upset or egoistic kind of problem, or even lack of, respect concerning individual differences in Real Madrid that made the whole thing come. So right now, Sami Khedira will serve as the major bridge and also solve situations concerning the player and the manager relationship at Real Madrid. That's one thing going on. So Sami Khedira was found as part of the Jose Mourinho staff, and it was a bit surprising today. Now, Lamine Yamal had a conversation about Thibaut Courtois, and he was like, Courtois is a kind of keeper who is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and it's factual. Courtois is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Courtois, on your number one, crown to mean in top 3, it's factual. And he said Courtois is going to make differences in the Spain-Belgium team because he will make incredible saves, but he's there to win. Obviously, Lamine Yamal is in the game to win as always, but Courtois is going to do his job as the keeper of the Belgium national team. But Lamine Yamal also had a conversation, and they asked him about aura, the definition of aura, personality he has met. And with context, that's why I'm teaching personality he has met. And he said Cristiano Ronaldo in football. Let's not forget, Lamine Yamal has never played a match against Leo Messi. So the Messi fans some are angry concerning the statement Lamine Yamal put out today. Lamine Yamal has not gotten the opportunity to play against Leo Messi. Let's not forget about that. He has played against Cristiano Ronaldo twice. So you could feel it that Lamine Yamal has played Cristiano Ronaldo twice. So he knows Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of personality, in terms of aura, more than Leo Messi. So you people should understand that. And you know that when we are defining aura is someone who carries authority and power within that person. So you see that person and you feel like, this person is unapproachable. But the person is unapproachable. That definition of aura. And no, Cristiano Ronaldo is that type of player. Drop sentiment aside as a Leo Messi fan. Cristiano Ronaldo is that type of player. So those insulting Lamine Yamal and saying, Lamine, you are a Barcelona person and you are crediting Ronaldo over aura, please. Let's respect ourselves and let's be honest about the whole situation and know that Cristiano Ronaldo is a figure who carries a lot of aura. You know it. You are a Barcelona fan. I'm a Barcelona fan. I'm a Leo Messi fan. But Cristiano Ronaldo carries a certain amount of aura within him. A huge amount of aura within him. He's unapproachable. Players who have met Cristiano Ronaldo will tell you how he carries himself. So we should know that and respect the opinion of Lamine Yamal. That doesn't discredit the fact that Lamine Yamal isn't a Messi supporter. Supporting Ronaldo or crediting Ronaldo doesn't mean Lamine Yamal isn't a Messi supporter. He's just appreciating greatness. That's it. He's just appreciating greatness. And I think my fellow Barcelona fans shouldn't worry about that. And the Spain-Belgium game that will go on tonight, Luis de la Fuente was asked about Lamine Yamal, and he said Lamine's form is not a matter of Lamine Yamal not being good, but it's because he came into the tournament with an injury. He wasn't that fit, so he isn't looking sharp right now. But he was very happy with the performance of Lamine Yamal against Portugal, especially the defensive contribution Lamine Yamal brought, and he even has to force Nuno Mendes out of the game. That's one thing Luis de la Fuente talked about. And he also talked about Pedri, and he said it's not always players will be in their peak. At some point, players will go off a bit. So it's normal Pedri will come into the game and the rhythm will not be as we know at Barcelona. But he know definitely Pedri will find his form back again. But you see, one thing is, Luis Villafuente is trying to protect his players, and that's one thing of a good manager. As a manager, you should be able to protect your players. Player protection is really important. The moment players are performing at the highest level and their form drop a bit, the media starts to speculate or ask questions about their performance. So as a coach, it's your duty to protect the players, to be able to, restrain or, avoid the media pressure. That's one thing we should know. That's one major thing we should know. So Luis Villafuente is trying his possible best to avoid any possible media pressure concerning Lamine Yamal and also Pedri Gonzalez Lopez. That's the qualities of a good manager. Qualities of a good manager. And Luis Villafuente, a distributor, and then all. So these are the news that also in the world of football right now. In the world of football, but before I end, Ferran Torres offers about for Ferran Torres, and the question is, does Ferran Torres deserves to be sold, or he deserves to stay at Barcelona? That's the question. So if you're a Barcelona fan and you watch this video, comment below. I'm asking you a question: does Ferran Torres deserves to be sold to any other team, or he deserves to stay at Barcelona? Yes, so offers has arrived for Ferran Torres. So make sure you like, you subscribe, then you put us on post notification. So when you drop a content, you'll be the first person to view. As I've said, we'll be dropping back to back content as always. This is Mr. Marful Sports, and I'll urge you to subscribe. I'm out.